same question I'm going to be asking everyone.
Okay.
The last question asked in the debate, didn't seem like anyone out there really answered it. So when it comes to state employees who might not make that much money, they might rely on some of these benefits.
Could you come up just a little bit close? I'm serious. One of the big problems I had was I couldn't hear the questions and I couldn't hear Mr. Keat. And so it made it real difficult to answer some of the questions and also respond. But again, with your question.
Who don't make that much money and might rely on some of these benefits like the cell phone or the state car, something like that. What does such an examination mean to employees who aren't making, $40,000 a year?
How much?
A lot.
Well, the big problem is we're not looking at the whole picture. We pull out the issue of the cars, and we don't look at what jobs these people are doing. As I mentioned in the debate, there are county nurses who are county health nurses who are going around using their own vehicles. They're not getting fully reimbursed. There are state employees who are expected to go out and inspect places that aren't getting reimbursed. We need to look at the compensation packages of all of the state employees. What gets me is quite often people talk about privatizing state services. The problem with privatizing, you figure, well, if the private industry can do it cheaper and make a profit, what are they cutting from the services they're providing? We, the people of Arkansas, have expected these services from state government, and all of a sudden having them cut because we're tightening some belt and trying to provide somebody with a profit. I'm opposed to privatization, and I believe that in most cases privatization doesn't provide better services, but provides less service. Yes, you with your hand up.
Yes. Were you successful in this debate?
I don't think I did as good a job as I should have. The big problem is there are so many issues and they're so interrelated that it would take hours to cover the issues properly. That's why I kept referring people to my website so they can see my position on quite a few of the issues, and I can go into more detail there. I think I got across the point, though, that we do need different choices on the ballot. We need to have people feeling like democracy is really working in this state. Right now, I don't feel that when I go to the ballot and look to the few choices I do have. We need more choices. That's why we need the Green Party. Yes, sir.
You spoke about not having enough time to really cover all of the issues, and of course there's never enough time. However, what is the one critical issue that you would have liked to have spoken more about?
Trying to narrow down the issues to one important. We have many problems facing the state of Arkansas: the environment, education, the tax system. As I said before during the debate, the corporate share of tax revenues has dropped in the last 20 to 30 years from 31% to 6%. The individual taxpayers are making up the difference there. We are providing corporate welfare, but every time we ask for services for human beings in the state, we have to justify it.
Do you think there should be more debates?
Oh, definitely. I think there should be more debates. I want to applaud AETN for having the courage and the dedication to public interest to provide this opportunity for all of the candidates on the ballot this time. We fought 4 years ago to try to have access to these debates, and I think the public benefits from hearing from other voices. And it also, as I mentioned in this debate, by allowing me at least a platform, I was able to bring up about the sales tax on food, the severance tax on natural gas, and make that a central point of the election last time. This is what third parties can do. We can provide those voice to ideas that should be dealt with, but have been kicked around for years and years and not dealt with.
Do you think Beebe should not be reelected, or is this just about making a statement on behalf of the Green Party?
I think Governor Beebe has done a very good job within the limitations of the political process. My main, to be very honest, my main interest is getting that 3% so that the Green Party can remain on the ballot, so the voters can remain having a choice in the future elections. My chances of getting elected are fairly small, but according to most analysts, Mr. Keith's chances of getting elected are less than 2%. So maybe he should drop out of the election. At least I pay my taxes.
Are there any other questions?
Excuse me?
Any other questions?
Let me rephrase.
I know, you're not that gung-ho about third parties. You're a strong Democrat, but go ahead anyways.
The purpose of the Green Party is to continue to exist so that it can be viable for forums such as this, so that it can introduce new ideas, as opposed to having in the immediate future any real chance of electoral success.
Well, we stand a chance of having 3 people elected this year, 1 county coroner, a county collector, and a state representative. I won't discount the chances of the other candidates, but we're beginning. When you look back at the history of the Republican Party, the Governor Rockefeller, if it hadn't been for him, there still wouldn't be a Republican Party here in this state. The only way democracy can work is if there's choices, and we provide a choice. We're going to grow. The Green Party is going to grow and provide those choices to the people of Arkansas. And this is the beginning. It's taking us a long, long time to get to this point. But we are going to grow, and people are going to see the need for a Green Party.
Which is to say, you do not see sufficient difference in the positions of the 2 candidates with whom you just debated.
There is a difference there, but if you look at the other races on the ballot, they're feuding parties, the Democrats and Republicans. They fight with each other. One party is the party of indecision and cowardice. The other party is the party of fear and negative. And that's no way to run a country. We need another alternative. With the state election laws, as they are, the Green Party, to exist, needs to have 3% of the vote for governor. Just as the Republican Party could have gone without a candidate this year, but it would have been dropped off the ballot. They need to have a gubernatorial candidate as well. This is what we need. I still think, as I said about the previous election, I brought up issues that weren't being dealt with. I think the issue of corporate welfare is something that isn't being dealt with this time. We need to deal with that. So we can bring up those issues where, a lot of clattering there, we can bring up those issues where the other parties are unwilling or just unwilling to bring up.
Our time is up.
Okay. And anybody who wants, again, more information can go to my website, jimlendall.org, or probably get hold of me at any time. Thank you very much.